Hey everybody, welcome into the Scoreboard. I am your host, Brigham Harris.
Blake O'Rulean here.
Yeah, we are very excited to have you along. Today is New Year's Eve. It is December 31st, 2021, our final episode of the year, and boy, do we have an awesome episode for you today. We've got a lot to talk about. Blake, why don't you give them the rundown?
Oh, I just can't wait. We're going to kind of be doing a little bit of a year in review, a little bit of talk about our favorite interviews, our favorite stories to cover. And Brick, I know that you've got a couple of your favorites and a couple of favorite interviews that we've done over the past couple of months that we've been here on the Scoreboard.
Yeah, you know, sadly we haven't been able to cover the entire year. We're both pretty new to the show, but so many things that unfortunately won't make this list that we were so, grateful to get to talk about. We were at ski resorts, we were hanging out with coaches, with athletes.
The dog.
The dog. We got to interview an Avalanche dog. Unfortunately, that's not going to make the show today. But no, we do have so much to talk about. Full year in review, talking about our favorite things just over the past couple of months right here on the Scoreboard. All of those interviews, all of those highlights coming at you here, coming up next on the Scoreboard.
The Scoreboard is proudly sponsored by Andrea Cox Mortgage. Welcome to First Rate Mortgage.
My name's James, and I've been in the market for mortgages several times over the years, so I've gone through the process with different people. And when I met Andrea, she explained to me why my current loans were subpar and how she could get better loans with better rates.
If I had to describe Andrea in one word, I think I would use the word passionate. She is very passionate about what she does and getting the right solutions for her clients, and that made her an absolute pleasure to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrea Cox. You can reach me at 435-631-9262. Call me, text me, or you can reach me at my website, andreacoxmortgage.com.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Scoreboard. Blake O'Rulean alongside Brigham Harris here for our New Year's Year in Review show. And right now, Brick, let's talk about some of our favorite interviews and our favorite segments that we've gotten to do on this show. Do you want to kick off or do you want me to?
All right, go ahead. All you.
Yeah. So I'm going to kick it off with actually my very first segment that I did here just a couple of months ago with Cutter Lapine over at Park City High School. Cutter's doing a great job over there. He's one of the leaders in the entire state in scoring. His coach, Brigham, you talked to him just the other day, and he was saying that he is one of our focal points of the offense. We need him healthy in order to play well. I personally just love the kid. He was so nice, and for my first segment that I did here for the Scoreboard, I was able to have a little free throw competition with him after he had some game-winning free throws the night before. So with that, here is Cutter Lapine and myself in a free throw competition. All right, so we've got Cutter on the timer. We've got 30 seconds on the clock. Are we good, Cutter?
Yep, ready, go.
Thank you for rebounding for me, Cutter.
Oh.
I've got 0 so far. Cutter, what's my time?
You are at 13.
13. Trying to speed this up. I hit 2 right before we turned on the cameras. Goodness.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
2. Yeah, you drained 3 in 1 second, so. All right. So we're going to switch it over to Cutter. We're going to give you another 30 seconds. Cutter, you only have to beat 2. However,
Right.
I am going to be asking you some questions as we go. So,
Got it.
we're going to go 30 seconds on the clock and be ready to answer some questions. 3, 2, 1, go. Cutter, LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan.
Jordan. All right. Who's better all time, Steph Curry or KD?
I'd go with KD.
All right. Would you go with Apple or Samsung?
Apple.
All righty. Playing high tops or playing low tops? You've already beaten me. You're at like
High tops.
high tops.
Ooh.
What's your specific shoe that you like to wear?
I guess I like low tops more because I like Kyrie's.
Okay, sounds good. All right, that is the time. You smoked me. I can't even count how many there were, but you definitely smoked me. Hey, Cutter, thank you so much, and good luck to you in Park City basketball.
Thank you.
Season. Well, Brick, 2 to 4, Cutter's the high school basketball player. I haven't laced up some shoes in almost a decade. So.
On paper, it was close, but in reality, you got smoked.
I did absolutely
But
get
that's okay.
smoked. But hey, Cutter's the nicest kid in the whole world. I wish them and Park City basketball the best of luck. As we kick into the next year, we're still going to be covering a whole lot of basketball, a whole lot of Park City basketball.
Yeah,
so.
and that was such a fun segment too. That whole interview, and something you didn't mention was when we walked in to their practice, he had just hit a couple free throws to keep his team from from doing some conditioning? Like,
I forgot about that part,
Yeah.
but you're absolutely right. Cutter was the savior of the team that day in practice and the night before as well in the game. So with that, Brick, I know you have a favorite interview as well, so go ahead and take it away from there.
Yeah, one of my favorites also in the winter season is swimming, and we covered this young man over at Wasatch High School, Jaden Hicken, who is a senior for the Wasps, and he made history actually this year for Wasatch High School, attending for the very first time the USA Swimming Juniors National Championship. I got to sit down, have an interview with him and his coach, and talk just a little bit about what it meant to him to head over to Texas for a national swim meet. Let's check that out. Jaden, the main reason why we've got you here and we're taking you away from your daily activities, you just returned from a massive tournament, an incredible accomplishment. Tell me just a little bit about the event that you went to and what it was like.
So I went to Junior Nationals in Austin, Texas, and it was the biggest meet I've ever been to, and it was really fun.
Even just attending is the accomplishment that is just, amazing to hear about. Coach, tell me what it was like when you first, were told that he was going to be attending this event.
Oh yeah, so he qualified at the high school state meet last year, and by just 0.2 of a second, it's 56:59 to qualify, and he went 56:39. And when I told him, I was like, "Hey, you qualified for juniors," and he's like, "What?" Like, it means you and me are going somewhere in the country, because at the time we weren't sure where it was located, but to swim at the meet, and it was an amazing meet. I mean, this is the biggest meet for 18 and under swimmers in the country. So all of the great 18 and under swimmers in the Western United States, really 2/3 of the United States, because it goes all the way east to Iowa, Illinois, and then all the way out to Hawaii. So quite a bit of the country was here at the Austin, Texas meet. It was pretty awesome.
Jaden, I mean, as much as you might not like to be put on the spot, you made history at Wasatch High School by being the first swimmer to attend this tournament. When your coach told you that you had qualified, what was your initial reaction? Did you have a full, Michael Phelps splash with two hands, or were you just filled with emotion? What was it like?
I was like, I didn't even know what it was, honestly. And I was like, honestly, is it just me? I'm just gonna go with it.
Yeah. It's like just me, you and me. I mean, because this is a meet that hasn't really been on our team's radar yet. We've been really trying to get most of our kids to qualify for the meet that's just under this, the sectionals meet. And so he made this huge jump, having never even qualified for sectionals, to jump straight to juniors was a big deal.
So it came as a bit of a surprise to both of you.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I felt like you could go that fast, but yeah, there are very few. I mean, I think in the state of Utah this year, there were 0 girls at the meet, and I want to say 5 other boys.
Wow. So. Coach, tell me just a little bit again about when you guys were at the meet and Jaden was competing. Was there any emotion that you were feeling, or any sort of just, not necessarily out of body experience, but just feeling like, man, this is the first swimmer from Wasatch to attend the USA, national championship? What was that feeling like to watch him swim there?
We had decided going into it that, this was going to be an experience that we were just going to take in. We weren't trying to win anything or even have, I think, unrealistic expectations about what it was. I mean, being the first time to a meet like this, a lot of times it's just figuring out how it works and what the flow of the meet is like, because it's a lot different. I've been to the other level meets below this, and the way they run the meet is a little bit looser at those other meets. I mean, it's a lot more strict here. There's a lot more routine to the way that other teams do things, and so watching those great teams, how they do things, and when he swam the 100 breaststroke, it was more just an experience to watch him compete against kids that are his level. I mean, you watch kids at juniors, and and kids who in their local meets, like Jaden, swim away from kids, and now everyone is within 1 second. I mean, he was 75th, but I think 21st was only less than 1 second away from him.
Jaden, again, thank you so much for your time. Such a fun interview. Again, we get the opportunity to sit down with these coaches and athletes and learn a little bit about them. High school athletes, but they're attending some of these insane events, and that's kind of a teaser for the next couple segments.
It's so impressive. Like these kids just impress me so much. We've got swimmers, we've got wrestlers, we've got basketball players. They're playing at these insanely high levels, these national grade levels. That is so impressive, and so it's such a pleasure to be able to talk to them. And with that, I think we're going to be going to a break right now, and then we're going to come back and talk about some more unprecedented athletes here in the Wasatch and Summit counties.
Hi guys, I'm Janet the Dairy King. We're famous here for our ice cream. We have 84 different kinds of shapes. We also have some amazing food. So come and try our chicken strips, our fish and chips dinners, our burgers, our fries, our sweet potato fries. Oh my gosh, we've got so much. Once you go over to the Heber Valley Railroad and ride their train, then of course you have to come here and see all of our trains. Our family's serving your family since 1946. We hope to see you soon here at the Dairy King.
Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to The Scoreboard. I'm your host, Brigham Harris, alongside Blake O'Reilly, and we decided to tag team this one as it is our 2021 year in review episode. Got a lot to talk about. Kind of talking about our favorite interviews, our favorite episodes, or things that we've gone over the past couple of months. For me, this time, I wanted to talk a little bit about my interview with free skiing director over at Park City Ski and Snowboard. An amazing guy, and he got to tell us a whole lot about the athletes, a lot of them high school athletes, some of them going on to the professional ranks, competing at all these worldwide ski and snowboard events. So really, really exciting. Got to sit down with the director of free ski over at PCSNS right now. Let's check that out.
Something I'm super excited about is one of our local hometown guys, started with us when he was 6 years old. James Kanzler is going to ski in his first World Cup Big Air today in Steamboat. So we're going to be rooting James on and hoping he makes it to the finals and gets to be in the big show that'll be on Saturday.
Awesome. Well, we haven't gotten a whole lot of snow, as a lot of people know. Still a little bit of bare ground out there on the mountain. How eager are these kids to get out and be on the slopes?
Well, we had some kids that basically slept in front of the lift from 2 o'clock until to be the first chair on payday. So I'd say they're pretty excited. Yeah.
Well, you as a coach, you've spent a long time here, 2 decades, a little bit more. Tell me just a little bit about, again, one thing that you are just so stoked about when it comes to this season and maybe some new things we're going to be seeing.
Well, I mean, we have 220 kids in our program, and our program blew up last year. We hit 220 last year. We're back there again. That's a lot of athletes. And you know, over half of them are in our Big Mountain program, and so super excited about that. That's not an Olympic event right now, but it's super fun, and it just basically kind of gets back to the core of skiing. So a ton of kids doing that, super excited about that, and then of course it's an Olympic year. Yeah. So we're very excited. We've had a number of Olympians come through the program. I'm certain we're going to have some more, you know, and then next week we'll be in Copper with our half-pipe skiers. We've got local boy, Brendan Bubba Newby, who actually was born in Ireland, so he skis for Ireland. So he was an Olympian last time around, shooting for his second shot Olympics. And then we've got some other teammates with him that'll be going for that as well.
There it was, our interview with Hatch. Again, you can watch all these full interviews if you go to thescoreboardnation.com or check out our YouTube page. Such a great guy and a great mentor to PCSNS as well.
Hatch just seemed to have such a passion for both the competitors as well as the program in itself. He had so much to say. It was such a fun interview to do. Yeah. I got to be there with you, so it was really nice to meet him. I'm going to kick it over to my side.
Go for it.
And I'm going to go back over to the basketball court. I'm a big basketball fan myself. And probably the top boys basketball player in the entire of all the teams that we cover here, Brick. Trey Pace, he is averaging now as we speak 25 points a game. He ranges from 22 up to 30. It depends on the week. It's always exciting to come in after a game and see how much he scored, how much he picked up overnight. Such a sweet kid. I just adored him. He was just so fun to talk to. He dunked on me. You'll see that in this interview. He talked about some other dunks that he had. We talked about his game. He loves to get to the bucket. He loves to have kind of an old school style of basketball. He likes to get to the bucket. He likes to get to the free throw line. He has a lot of free throw attempts per game. So it was super fun to talk to him. And not only that, Brick, but I also really enjoyed talking to him about where he came and how he became who he was. His relationship with his dad, his ability to dunk the basketball and touch the rim when he was only 13 years old, I believe. Yeah. It was super fun. So with that, I'm giving away too much. Here is Trey Pace.
And, talking with my dad, and he, I got to have the ball in my hands and, go to work. So it's definitely helped me to be able to, feel more comfortable on the court and, just playing all these games, I've finally got my rhythm going, so.
Has your dad always kind of been your mentor in basketball?
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Yeah, always been your coach?
Yeah. He'll point out things, like the littlest things, like even in my shot, that I wouldn't even think of, fixing. And, yeah, he's for sure my biggest mentor.
He's absolutely, have you ever had to play a game without him there or anything like that? And if so, has it been difficult without him?
Yeah, yeah. The games, when at the camps and stuff, he's not there. And always after the games, I'll go and talk to him and be like, do I need to fix this, and this? But when he's not there, yeah, it definitely plays a role.
And last thing about your dad, did he also play basketball growing up? Did he put up numbers like you, or are you a lot better than him?
Yeah, I would say I'm probably better than him. I can jump higher than him. He said in high school he could dunk a tennis ball, but I definitely have him beat on.
But you're dunking basketballs, right?
Yeah, I'm a little bit more athletic than him.
So you said in your last game you had 3 dunks?
2. I had 2 in one game, 1 in the other.
All right, and have you been able to have a big dunk in front of the student section here at North Summit?
Yeah, last year, let's see, the Morgan game.
Okay.
And it was our last game before we went to state, and it was an out-of-bounds play right there, and alley-oop to me and got it.
And how crazy did the student section go?
It was pretty cool.
It must have been nuts, huh?
Yeah, it's a experience there and feeling you can't explain.
Is that more of a natural thing for you, or have you really had to work on your vertical to get to be able to dunk?
I still remember in 7th grade, I could jump higher than the rest of the kids, but I still remember I was outside and I said, I want to touch the rim. And so me and my little sister Addie, we put on ankle weights. And so I just started jumping, and then I'll take them off and try that. And yeah, I've just been working ever since.
Hey, thank you so much. And again, Trey, just the nicest kid in the entire world. Wish North Summit basketball all the best as they get into regional play coming up in the next year. But don't go anywhere. Right after this, we're going to be going to another segment that we did earlier this year. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Historic Deerfield is significant as a site because we're an important place in American history.
All but a few of the historic houses are on their original home lots. The original town plan from the 1670s is still in place. The town retains its original scale, and in many of the houses we have objects connected to Deerfield, the Connecticut River Valley, and New England. And all of this together helps to convey a deep sense of place.
Hey everybody, welcome back to The Scoreboard. I am Brigham Harris, joined at the desk by Blake O'Rulian, and we are going over our favorite moments of 2021 right here on The Scoreboard. And one of my favorites took place just about a week and a half or so ago, and this was at Park City High School on a Saturday morning. A Park City High School senior, and he's an athlete, varsity athlete for several sports, has put on a service project that takes place every year, and apparently it's gotten bigger every single year. Will Agnew and his family puts on a meal prep type service project, and I got to hang out with both him and his basketball coach a couple weeks ago. We'll go ahead and check out that interview right now. Saturday, December 18th was the first day of Christmas break at Park City High School. But instead of hitting the slopes or sleeping in, the Miners were in full force back at PCHS, assembling meals. The main organizer is a high school senior and varsity athlete, Will Agnew. He says the decision to do the service every year is a joy.
About 5 years ago, my family and I started this project, delivering meals out to families in the community during the Christmas season, and it's grown every year since. So first year was about 5 meals, and now we're up over 600. So about half of them are going to families here in Park City, and then the other half are going to Heber, Camas, Colville, all around Summit County, really. It was during Thanksgiving one year. The local restaurants were holding a service project together where you would deliver one meal to a family. And so you'd go pick it up from the restaurant and then go deliver it to a house. And just seeing the people, the look on the family's face was really priceless. So we really wanted to amp it up and didn't think it would get this big, but here we are.
Will's basketball coach, Thomas Purcell, was also in attendance.
It's been awesome. We replace our practice with it each year, and I was an assistant here for 3 years, and this is my 3rd year as the head coach. We've done it every year. It's grown every year, and it's really a testament to kids like Will. Will's one of the main organizers. We do most of our communication through him, but it's crazy for me to, for basketball, I communicate with 40 or 50 people, and here's Will, communicating with 300, 400, putting them together and getting these meals out to, I heard 600 or 700 families that are hungry. So it's pretty amazing.
He says the Saturday morning service does more for his team than any drills ever could.
This is much more important than any practice that we can have. I mean, I've been really hard on them in practice lately. So we got all kinds of guys that are injured, and to bring them together for them to be able to do something productive as a group is absolutely priceless. Again, the we philosophy, we try to eliminate I and you, as pronouns have become such a big issue. They've been a big issue for me for a while. I don't like I and you, I like we. We do everything together, and we win games, we lose games, and we come on Saturday morning to help pack meals, and Will was definitely our leader here. So the amount of work the kids did was crazy. The sign-up genius, the emails, I mean, the administrative work that the kids put in is so impressive. It's just awesome.
Agnew, along with his family, friends, and classmates, helped raise over $12,000 and assembled over 600 meals. As for the sacrifice, Will says that it's just a gift that keeps on giving.
We're very fortunate to live where we are in Park City, and I think everyone's looking for an opportunity to serve this Christmas season, and it's really cool to have the whole community come out and support. Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, we saw the basketball team here, cheerleaders, tennis team, so many different sports group, and I know our basketball team took practice off to be able to serve, so really cool opportunity, and really thankful for our coaches that they could be here.
Will and Thomas, thank you guys so much. Again, such an awesome time to be over there. I was shocked. I was pulling into the Park City High School parking lot, and I was like, I'm here on the right day, right? This is a Saturday morning, Saturday about 10 a.m., and there were hundreds of cars and hundreds of students there putting together meals and bags. I mean, you saw it. It was incredible stuff.
Being able to see you go there and see what Park City's trying to do, what this family's trying to do, it's a wonderful thing for the community.
Yeah.
So definitely deserved a spot in our year in review.
100%, yeah. And we'll be right back again on the scoreboard. We're going to have a last couple of thoughts for our year in review episode. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
My name's James, and I've been in the market for mortgages several times over the years, so I've gone through the process with different people. And when I met Andrea, she explained to me why my current loans were subpar and how she could get better loans with better rates.
If I had to describe Andrea in one word, I think I would use the word passionate. She is very passionate about what she does and getting the right solutions for her clients, and that made her an absolute pleasure to work with.
Hi, I'm Andrea Cox. You can reach me at 435-631-9262. Call me, text me, or you can reach me at my website, andreacoxmortgage.com.
Hey, welcome back to the Scoreboard. I'm Blake O'Rulian alongside Brigham Harris. We're here at the end of the show. We're here at the end of the year, Brick. Just wanted to give a big thank you from the two of us here at the Scoreboard and everyone who works on this show, from the North Summit High School teams, South Summit, Wasatch High School, and Park City, the four high schools that we cover. Just a huge thank you to the athletes, the coaches, the athletic directors. They do so much in order to help us create this show and to be able to do what we love.
Yeah, and coming back in just a few days, it's a new year, new us.
Yes.
Right? That's the saying, new year, new us, but we are still covering basketball, swimming, wrestling, all the stuff that you love to see right here on the Scoreboard when we come back in a few days. It's 2022, and we're excited to be back. Thank you again for tuning into our year in review episode. We will see you next time.